Good morning, one and all present here. I'm Ramya Devi, working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Engineering. Today I'm going to share a small topic regarding CSS. CSS is Cascading Style Sheet. It's a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of a document written in HTML or XML. It is designed to enable the separation of presentation and content. Example, to alter the font, color, size, spacing of the content, split into multiple columns. We can add animations and other decorative features. And this is an example of a normal website, and after the website CSS has been applied. So this is the HTML source using style sheet. So we have an HTML document in which HTML is your root element, and the HTML document is divided into two parts, head and then the body part. So in the head we have added the HTML element called link, in which we have called our style1.css and style2.css, which is a CSS file in which only the style elements has been written for the HTML documents. So in the style1.cs, so there is an HTML element called body, in which the background color and then the background color has been given as lime. So the background color here is the property name, and then the line is the property value. And again, for a paragraph we have given a font size as x large, which is a property called font size, and the value of the font size is x large, and then the background color as yellow. And again we have given an style2.css, because whenever the style1.css is not available, the alternate CSS file style2.css has been called. Here the paragraph B, the font size is given as smaller and the letter spacing is 1 em. So this is the cascading style sheet features, in which the media attribute can also be included. So the link element defines a media attribute that can be used to define the types of media. So for example, the link HTML element has also an attribute called media, in which the media can be a screen, a TV, or a projection, or a handheld print. So a style sheet is relatively easy to give all of the elements on a page on a consistent appearance. So that is, if we want all of the H1 headers on a page to have a certain size, we can accomplish. Later wish to change the size of the headers, then make the change in that one style sheet. The document author and the person viewing the document can specify aspects of the document style as it is displayed by the browser. So this is the CSS core syntax. Here we have a selector, which is nothing but an HTML element, or can be an ID, or can be a class, which we will see later. And then after that we have to open a flower bracket followed by a property name and then a value. For example, here the property name is color and then the value is purple. The property name is font size, the value is 56 pixels. Again, img is a HTML element in which we have two properties, border color red and then the border with us 3px. And this is the CSS syntax selector strings. So the CSS syntax selector strings. So we will be using the selectors for calling our HTML document, or to which HTML element the style has to be applied. So we have 6 types to call the selectors. So one is your single element type, multiple element types, all element types, and then specific elements by ID, and class selectors and descendant selectors. So when it is a single element type, so we will call a single HTML element. For example, P is a single HTML element for which your font size and letter spacing EM has been applied. And then a multiple element types H1 to H6. Here the background color and the purple background color will be assigned as a purple. And if you want to apply all the HTML elements a single style, so we can use a star for it. And specific elements, so we have to apply only for the specific elements. You can use an ID, so whenever the ID is called, that style will be applied for that specific elements alone. So like your ID, we can also use the class selectors, so which is denoted by dot. The ID is denoted by hash and then the class is denoted by dot. And then the descendant selectors, so whenever an ancestor selector is applied some style, the rule will be applied to all the descendant selectors too. So this is an example of an CSS selectors for element selector. So HTML element, for example, div is an HTML element and paragraph P is also an HTML element. So The former depicts the HTML document. So here the div paragraph you say yes and I say no, and again the div has been closed, another div has been opened. Here we have seen you say goodbye and I say hello, and then the background color of the div is purple and the paragraph is given as the color as yellow. So this has been applied in our website. So this is an ID selector. So instead of using an HTML element, we have used an ID called special. So has special color yellow. So when that paragraph, so we have 4 paragraphs in that HTML document, but only one paragraph has been applied with an ID special. So that paragraph alone has been changed to the color yellow. So like your ID selector, we have class selector. So in which, so instead of giving the hash, so we have given a dot highlight. Thank you.